Hi guys, I'm going to quickly cover a few nice little exercises that will start to help build your middle splits. Okay, so middle splits is one of the most difficult flexibility feats, mostly because people train it wrong. So people will train it with their knees pointing to the roof, and they will try and slide in, or they will try and move in from pancake, which of course you can do, but that's generally people that have been flexible since childhood. So people that generally will do that benefit a lot from passive stretching, and they will sit in the position but they don't have any strength in the position, and that's something that we need to change. So middle splits are generally all adductor based, okay? So there's a couple of key positions with the hips, and you have to use the strength in your adductors, not your hamstrings. It is not a hamstring movement, okay? So what we're going to do is going to take you through a couple of end range strength exercises to help get your middle split a little bit lower. Right, so the first one, we'll do it as a circuit. We'll go through it once together, and then you can go back and watch it again through another 2 times, because I'd recommend you do it 3 times through, and then really test your middle split and see how it feels, where it's at, that kind of thing. So the first one we're going to do is called the half side split. Okay, so we're going to slide out, then we're going to flex and point our toe 10 times. Okay, so we're going to do it on both sides. So the key thing for this is booty bump. So we want to anteriorly tilt our pelvis. You know the way people always complain about having anterior pelvic tilt? We actually want this time. So we want to stick the bum out like that the whole time, because we need to internally rotate and anteriorly tilt to get the adductors to do the work in a middle split a lot of the time. So we're here, boom, stick it out, slide out, just as far as comfortable. Ideally keep your hands here, sometimes we call them panic hands. Now what I'm going to do is point, flex and point, and as you'll see it will pull me across the floor further and further and further. So we're going to do 10 in total, so 5 on one side, come back in, use your hands to come back in, don't fall over, up, boom, stick that bum out, slide yourself out again, all the way out, again, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, okay, and then in you come. So that's the half size split, flex and point. Now coupled with that, so that's an end range movement for your adductor. It's also starting to use your spinal erectors and all those lovely hip muscles to anteriorly tilt that pelvis. So it's working those as a strength movement, but also as an end range movement on those adductors. Now weak adductors don't split, okay? The same thing, flexibility training for all of the flexibility movements. Flexibility training is strength training. Weak, passive muscles don't stretch. If you ever take anything away from any of these trainings, it's that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our adductors quite strong. So we'll lie down on the side, flex your foot, have a nice little weight, and we're going to lie like Jack is going to paint us like one of his French girls. Okay, so foot in front, hold it up on the elbow. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to use the adductor to lift. Okay, so then we're going to swap over. Again, exact same thing. Flex the foot, keep it out nice and straight and long. Boom. And now we're not rocked back. We're bam, right up the side. So the muscles that work are the adductors. So if you don't feel it in here, it's not your adductors. I've lost count, that's about 10. Cool, so that's that, right? From there, we're going to do a combination of moves. So one of them is called an iso hold, so it's an isometric hold, because effectively in an end range, when you're in a split, no matter what type of split or type of flexibility of feet, you're actually in an isometric hold. So you want to get strong there, otherwise you're not going to be allowed there, your nervous system won't let you. But then once we've reached our limit at that, what we're going to do is then drop down and do some side split push-ups. These are a good way to push back into the movement and get a little bit deeper each time. Okay, so we'll do one. So isometric hold. I like to put hands here. We like to call them panic hands. So we're going to start, thumb out and back, anteriorly tilt. Slide to wherever is comfortable first. You just want to start feeling the stretch. So here we hold. Count. So you're squeezing those feet under the ground, using everything, and then hand down and hand down. From here, bum still goes back, push back at the bottom, arch at the top. Push back at the bottom, arch at the top. Push back at the bottom, arch at the top. Back at the bottom, arch at the top. Push back at the bottom, arch at the top. So that's a nice little circuit you can do. Repeat it up to 3 times. I wouldn't really go anything more than that because you really start to fatigue. After that, check and see where your side split is. Go in passively, hold on to a chair or something, just see. But that side split should start to feel more and more comfortable. I'd say do this 2 to 3 times a week max. You don't want to overtrain these muscles until they start getting strong enough that they can actually handle a serious amount of workload. So these exercises here are designed to build that safety. More than anything, back bends and middle splits are the 2 that really require a lot of nervous system safety and a lot of confidence for you to get into them. And that's what we mainly focus on in the app with our members, is building that nervous system confidence as well as the strength to get in and out of positions. These 2 go hand in hand. Remember, weak muscles can't stretch.